Here we go. It's happening. Who's my good Pokemons now? Who's my Pokemons that I want to... I don't have a lot of good Pokemons right now, actually. So many Pokemons. I had to poop, but now I'm here. Well, welcome back, the Renati. I hope your poop was a successful poop. I hope that about all poops. It's such a shame when it's not a successful poop.
No. I really hope Donald Trump has a series of unsuccessful poops.
No, that might make him more insane. That's going to spiral him down.
It's too late for that now.
It's touche.
His maximum insanity's been reached.
Why don't I name my Pokemon? Use your creative wild side? Because I like to know what they're called. I like to know their real names. I don't want a team of Jeff and Daryl or Dream Puncher. You know, I want my Nidoran.
Dream Puncher.
Dream Puncher. I'm a Dream Puncher, motherfucker. Punch you right in the dream. So I don't know. I never have. I you know, like maybe like once my very first playthrough, I started playing with Dream Puncher and Face Eater and all the weird creative names I could come up with, and then like I would play with a Pokemon like Face Eater I really liked. Like, oh yeah, Face Eater did great. And then I'd go to play again. I was like, oh, what kind of Pokemon was Face Eater again? Oh, I forget. It was Face Eater, So then I just started playing with the standard names, and then I remembered what they were. And that's a great story. Yeah, I know. And I'm glad you like it, Rich.
So... Thinking of unsuccessful poops.
Poop.
And
What?
And you not wishing an unsuccessful poop on anybody.
I don't wish anything.
I don't have an answer to this question.
Okay.
I don't. It's not like I'm making a point. I'm just...
Okay. Great.
What do you wish on your worst enemy? What's the farthest you go? As far as wishing bad things upon your worst enemy.
Death.
Death?
Yeah.
But you're not an unsuccessful poop.
Because an unsuccessful poop, well, like I said in jest with Trump, but like an unsuccessful poop just makes someone more irritated, and that might make them more dangerous. Right?
I kind of love that this is all gone.
You kind of love what? How this is all gone?
Look. Oh no, I lost your deck. I can't hear anything.
Oh
this is
no.
There we go.
Tell me when you can hear me again. I am pro-death in all sorts of fashions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right to choose, penalty, euthanasia, medal, all sort from above 1979, all sorts of pro-death. Kill them all.
Occasionally, innocent people get accused of crimes.
That's true. That's true, by the way. But this is the system we have, and you want to help fix that system. I'm all with you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the system. I've always, I've always been keen on. Where did I hear this? I've heard the idea of a professional jury. Have you ever heard that idea? Have we talked about this before?
No, it makes some amount of sense.
Who
wants to be on a fucking jury otherwise?
Well, and exactly, and like, what if you're just like an idiot? And, like, you get to decide whether someone's guilty or innocent. But it's like, what if we had just, like, a professional jury? That was your job, was to be impartial and, follow the law. And maybe you don't even live in the community that you work in.
Then you don't need a jury. You really just need a judge. You've eliminated the jury at that point.
No, because a judge, like there's you can never be 100% impartial, right? And so you need the varying.
So I'm assuming you would have to have a series of rotating jurors, and it wouldn't be the same people that do work together all the time.
Of course, yeah. You'd have a series of, but that's just your job. You are a professional juror.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that idea. It's called a court, right? But all sorts of pro-death, and like that. But that's the other thing. Like, what would I wish on my worst enemy? Like this is someone who has wronged me. Donald Trump has not wronged me. I don't agree with his policy decisions or his theoretical policy decisions. So I do not I see a couple people saying this. I do not wish death on Donald Trump. I want to let everyone know that.
What if he becomes president?
Would you
wish death on him then?
No, I would still not wish death on him.
If he were to do some horrible, stupid thing that would lead to war and misery and death.
He might do some horrible, stupid things, but I still will not wish death upon him. I think it takes a lot for me to wish death upon them. And he hasn't met those standards yet.
Okay. So he's not met your standards for homicide.
He has not met my particular standards for homicide.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he won't one day. He quite possibly could one day.
One day, what if he's advocating for the start of those death camps?
Right. He'll get there.
His second term starting, and now it's death camp time.
And now it's death camp time. No. I don't wish.
Now it's death camp time. The Donald Trump story.
Right, like, and a lot of people will get hyperbolic with just like, artists they don't like, or people who make YouTube videos. I wish death on none of those people. Real criminals, child rapists. I'll wish death on them. They're no good to anyone.
Oh, have you heard about, speaking of child rapists...
Oh my god, is this where we're going tonight?
Yeah.
Alright, great, let's do it.
Jared Fogle, the Subway guy.
Oh, sure. He wasn't, he just had pornography, right?
Sure.
I'm saying as far as the court is concerned.
He didn't pay to have sex with minors in like Thailand or something really fucked up.
I
think there was more. I think there was more to it than just him having.
I have not been paying attention to the Jared Fogle case. That's my honest.
I haven't been paying much attention to it. It's only in my head now because I just read an article about what's going on with him lately.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he's gained 30 pounds in prison.
Okay.
Because they're not treating him too well, the other prisoners.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, who'd have thought the famous child molester is not being treated well in prison? And he has turned to, like, food to fill the void. And he's gained, like, 30 pounds in prison. And
that's beautiful.
I find it ironic that he's getting his just desserts.
That is beautifully ironic, yes.
Nothing about that pun.
No, I was getting there.
Desserts.
I was right in the middle of finishing a sentence, and then I was going to comment on your masterfully executed pun on Jared Fogle getting his just desserts. Yes. But see, like, even him, like, we're unsure if there was any, physical contact with him. So it's like, yeah, even him, like, no, he doesn't even meet my criteria for murder. For murdering someone else. Do I change Pokemon? No. You should, there's very little people you should wish death upon. It's because death is a real thing. We're gonna bring it down now. We're gonna get serious now.
Okay.
Love everyone else. Love all your neighbors, unless they piss you off, and fuck them.
What? Violence is always an option, Jack.
Oh, well, if Pikachu's already out, leave him out.
Unless, well,
What?
it's not an option for quadriplegics. But otherwise...
I think it's still an option for quadriplegics. They're just not very good at it. Well, I mean, they might be better at, they need they need help. No, violence usually just leads to more violence. Which is why you need to, that's why you need to murder people within the system. That's what makes the death penalty so great. You're doing it within the system. Like, no, it's cool. Everybody's cool with this. Some of this is jokes, but no, I'm a weird liberal. I'm a liberal who's pro the death penalty, which makes me a weird liberal.
If your attitude towards politics is, this is my side, and I'm going to go along with everything they say,
right? You're
an idiot. You're an idiot who can't think for themselves.
That we can agree on, Rich. There's not just one side or the other. You have to pick. You have to be a. Oh God, my brain is gone. Yeah, I agree. You got to move around. Varying degrees of crazy. Hey, I defeated a bug catcher. Great. Pretty good at beating bug catchers. I'm not cool with this. Yeah. It gets, the conversation gets weird sometimes. That's what happens.
We get interesting sometimes, and if people can't deal with adult topics...
With adult topics, yeah.
Maybe you should go watch somebody play Pokemon.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Our channel has the warning on it. Before you can watch our channel, if you're not if you don't have a Twitch account which asks for your birthday, it will say warning, this is, there are language and adult topics being discussed. Are you sure you want to watch this channel?
Mm-hmm.
So there's warnings. All sorts of warnings. Yes, Rich, but certain worldviews lead to certain positions. I'd be hard-pressed to understand how a humanist would endorse the death penalty. What's a humanist, Rich?
You put humanity first.
Sure, here's how...
Everyone is equal, and no one is more equal than others. And...
Here's how I put humanity first. Removing certain things from the gene pool. That's how I put humanity first. There are some people who are not fit to provide anything to the society, and so they must be removed from that society. And obviously that's a terrible line, because then you can snowball that into, well, this person doesn't mow their lawn every Sunday, so they're not a good fit for society. But obviously, this is why I'm saying I have a very specific. I have a high standard for those people that need to be removed from society. But
I actually don't have a very strong position on the death penalty.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would want to be dead certain that the person you're killing, though, is definitely guilty.
That's the tough part.
There can't be any doubt.
Yeah.
Because you'll hear, 20 years after the fact, new evidence found and somebody's exonerated for crime.
Yeah, absolutely.
It happens.
It does. It does happen. It does happen a lot. But that, all that calls into question is just literally our entire justice system.
Sure.
And this is what we got. We got evidence. We got juries. The theory in our justice system is this wonderful thing, which is, innocent until proven guilty. You don't even need to. You don't need to prove that someone is innocent. They need to prove that they're guilty, right? Mm-hmm. And I think this is why I was talking about professional jurors. I think many jurors don't understand that someone doesn't need to prove that they were innocent. And unfortunately, yeah, it leads to a lot of wrongful convictions. Like there was a couple. What was it?
I have heard that they've actually had a harder time getting people convicted of crimes in recent years because they're used to the current crime shows, and they're looking for this hard, super hard evidence with the enhanced to back it up.
Just enhance it.
And that doesn't exist.
Right.
So I've actually heard that because jurors are dumb, convictions are going down because they've watched too much TV.
I would believe that. I would absolutely, because jurors are dumb.
But chat's calling it the CSI effect.
Ooh,
it is a thing. It is a
like
thing.
that. If that's what it's called, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, it can go the other way too. Like there was. Do you ever watch? I'm gonna forget what this show is called. It's one of those like true crime shows where it tells you about a real case.
Okay.
And it was this husband whose wife went missing, and he and the wife were having some problems, and there were some rumors that he was cheating on her, and shortly after she went missing, he hooked up with a hot younger woman, right?
Yeah. So of course he did it. And here's the problem is nobody has found a body yet. Yeah.
So they couldn't even prove that the wife was dead.
Right.
And he still got convicted.
Interesting.
And you watch this, and I mean, even the way they frame the interviews with him, the man looks guilty. He's got that look all over him. But there's no body. There was no blood. There was no nothing. Based on nothing but circumstantial evidence, they convicted him of murdering his wife. That's insane, right?
Mm-hmm. Why would I want a jury of my peers when my peers are fucking idiots?
Exactly.
You'll have a jury of average people. Oh, God, no!
Jesus Christ, can I not have average people? Can I have educated people, please?
Can I have somebody who's passed the test? This is one of your jurors, Bob. He dropped out in 5th grade. He will be determining your fate.
He dropped out of school at 5th grade and for the past 40 years has been polishing soup cans. It's an important job, the soup cans need to be polished. But he will be looking over all of this hard to understand evidence.
He recently lost his job and he's very bitter. Very, very bitter.
Also, he told me he doesn't like your haircut. That's just that does not get him excused from the jury. It's just something you should know. Maybe you should get a haircut. He doesn't like it. He told me. I don't know why he told me that. That seems like a really inappropriate thing to say to the judge. Because I'm the judge, by the way.
Oh.
I'll take a jury of stupid peers who don't have anything to do with me over intelligent people who are part of a system that wants to see me convicted. We need people outside the system to be the jury. And I think that's a fair point, MC Lucas. The problem is the jury of your peers has a want to not be there. Mm-hmm. They got work to do. They got family at home. They don't want to sit in a room and determine the real facts of the case. They want to go home. And that's no way to get justice. Aphrodicus sent us a tip and wanted to know, have either of you been called into jury duty? And if you haven't, would you be prepared when/if that happens?
Yes, I have been.
You've been in a jury?
Well, I didn't. I was called to go. I didn't actually get on the jury, and I'm kind of glad.
Okay, why is that?
That was a statutory rape thing.
Oh.
Like, God, don't want anything to do with that.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, no, and, I've had to call in once. I've gotten the summons once, and they said you need to call in on this day, and then we'll tell you if you need to come in. And I called in on that day, and they said you don't got to come in, and that was it. And it only happened once, and that was like 20 years ago.
I sat in a room for like 10 hours. It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah. Right now, jury duty. For those who don't know, I know we have an international audience. Jury duty in America is a joke. It is a well-recognized joke amongst everyone because it wastes your time. And these are the people that we are entrusting with our lives. The people who sit in a room for 10 hours and then are upset.
They called me into a room,
Mm-hmm.
one of their selections, and they asked me if one of the questions was, do you trust police? I said, no, I don't. that was pretty much the end of it.
They asked you if you trust the police?
It was something along those lines.
Uh-huh.
And I don't. I really don't.
Sure. And so you said no.
I think a fair amount of people become police because they're basically bullies, and they get to have a badge, and they get to feel like they're the big dog. I think suburban police are fucking useless for the most part. I'm sure there are exceptions.
I think there are shades of gray.
I had
shades of gray, Rich.
When I used to be a fire sprinkler fitter ages ago.
You talked about that.
And I got laid off.
Mm-hmm.
And financially, things weren't great for me.
Mm-hmm.
My unemployment was running out, and I had a truck that wasn't running anymore.
Okay.
And I really couldn't afford to get the truck fixed or get the new plates for it. It was just a broken truck sitting there, and the cops started writing tickets for not having current plates.
Sure.
And I made arrangements to get rid of the truck, but the people who were going to pick the truck up, it was going to be like a day or two before they could get there to tow it away.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over to the police station in person. I'm like, all right, here's the situation. I know I got this truck, and the plates aren't current, and you wrote a couple tickets on it. I couldn't afford the tickets at that point. I was fucking broke, and I'm like,
right.
I've made arrangements to get rid of the truck. Could you please just let it sit there for a couple days and not give me another ticket for it? And I went home the next morning. 5 tickets.
Oh, God.
Just because I went in there and asked them not to put, well, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a cop.
Well,
five fucking tickets. Broke man, lost his job, couldn't afford to even get his truck fixed. 5 tickets.
And I don't think that was them being bullies. I think that was them because that was them being lazy. They said, "Oh, I can fill a ticket quota, and I know exactly where to go without wasting my time. I'll just go there." Just a different kind of asshole.
Yeah.
Not calling them bullies, calling them lazy. Oh, yeah, leave them out. Yeah. And
So
obviously.
I don't think the police are there to look out for you and to protect the community.
Depends. Obviously.
I'm sure there are a lot of them that are good people.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of them that aren't.
Right. I know that was a constant debate after the farm. Me and my family went to the suburbs, which was a big adjustment for us, as the suburbs are a weird place. But that's where the good schools were, so we went to the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big to do in the suburbs about. What was it? The cops had pulled someone over. And you know, it was a very ridiculously, stereotypically white suburbs, incredibly white, and the cops had pulled over a group of black teenagers in a beat up car in the suburbs, and the town was talking about it the next day. You know, half the town was saying racial profiling. How dare you pull over a car full of black teenagers? And you know, the cops were saying, well, you know, we found some drugs in the car, so obviously it was a good stop to make. And you know, there was a lot of back and forth between everyone as far as racial profiling is concerned. And I think there were some decent arguments on both sides. You know, the one argument that everyone kept saying is, you know, it was a middle class neighborhood, white neighborhood, and it was a beat up car and a group of black teenagers, and so it's like, oh, that something obviously was wrong because they were in our neighborhood. That was their actual justification, yeah. Rich.
Yeah.
And you just have to think to yourself, like, did you just hear what you said? It was terrifying. And like, yeah, that was the cops' justification, was I pulled them over because something wasn't right. I have known many police officers, and yet most of them, I think most of them are actually looking to help. I do think there are some dickheads, and I do think there are some that just are dumb and don't know any better, and just saying, obviously something's wrong. Why are the black people in a white neighborhood? And and you just say, do you hear the words you're saying to yourself?
I think the kind of people who are usually attracted to positions of power are the last people who should have power. As a general rule.
You
be
know,
that policeman or politician.
Oh God. You know, I laugh because it's true. Jack has many police officers. I've known many police officers. I know Pikachu fainted. The fun ones, I know a couple of people who work with the DEA, the drug enforcement. Mm-hmm. The stories they tell, fun guys. They always.
Rich, that's a bit of a paradox. Yes, that's why humanity is awful. That's why we're fucked. That's why we're fucked.
You know, we're not simple creatures, you know? You know that? I have similar... Cosper says, I have similar ideas about gynecologists. Why are there so many men who want to touch vaginas? I'm sure most of them just want to help women. That's good, Cosper. I like that one. I like that. I'm sure mostly they're in it for the money. I'm sure after a while a vagina's a vagina and they just like getting paid a doctor's salary.
After a while, I'm sure it's just a smelly thing you have to shove your finger into.
Oh God. Well, I guess depending on whose, yeah. But but oh God, it's horrible. Rattata.
What is growing down here? Oh my God!
Jesus Christ. I never want to see another one of these again.
This shouldn't look like that.
I'm not attracted to men sexually, but I don't want to see another vagina. I see him at work all the time. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, because somebody who's not thinking about it hard enough.
Yeah.
They're picturing a series of like 20-year-old women with hot bodies, and it's you got a lot of overweight 55-year-olds going to the gynecologist.
You know what? Grandma needs to see the gynecologist too.
It's the young people who think they're immortal that avoid that kind of thing.
Oh, Africaticus, I'm sorry. I did forget to read that last donation. I'm in Pokemon. Rich and I are talking about weird things and drinking, and I do apologize if I miss your tip. Make sure to remind me. Aphrodicus says, if there were more cops out there like Space Cop, would the world be a better place?
Oh, God, no.
Well, it might be a better place because there would be a significantly lower population. But I'm...
Significantly lower active crime fighting.
I'm just looking at the chat. The chat is like, oh God, Rich, stop. Rich, I just ate. So how about that Ghostbusters trailer? Did you see, Rich, the international cut of the Ghostbusters trailer? No, it's going to be a bad movie. We're done with that. We're done with Ghostbusters.
I showed Karen the trailer before we started. She's excited about it.
What?
Yeah, she's excited about it.
About what?
The movie.
Why?
I don't know.
Rich.
I don't care. She thinks it looks fun.
Rich, you got to reevaluate some life choices here, man.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
You know.
It's a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a movie. We gotta take into account, tastes. How you gonna raise your children, man? What Ghostbusters are you gonna raise your children on? These are the important questions.
There will be no children after the inevitable nuclear war.
Well, I guess that's true. That's true. Break up with her. The chat's saying deal breaker. I guess here's what I will say. Not to defend her because that trailer looks terrible. It does. It does. There's no getting around it. It is still possible that the Ghostbusters remake is good. It is not probable, but it is possible. Right? Anything's possible.
How good does a movie have to be, though, when it's effectively trying to take the place of an all-time great film?
If you are remaking a great film, you need to at least be as good. Well, you know what?
No, you need to be better. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be better. And here's what I'm saying.
And it's not like Ghostbusters is super dated. The movie holds up.
Oh, sure. Well, but here's what I'm saying. In our vast universe that we live in our wonderful vast universe, it is possible that the Ghostbusters remake will be better than Ghostbusters.
I'm not sure what that would take.
I'm not saying it's probable. I'm not even saying it's likely. I'm not even saying it's a little bit likely. It is possible. The trailer, though, is what we can talk about now, and the trailer's bad. It's just the jokes fall flat. They spend too much time discussing the characters. It's a bad trailer.
If it's successful, just wait for that Back to the Future reboot with Native American Indians.
Sure.
Just wait for that.
Why not? Why not? Jack is saying some things are just impossible. No. Anything's possible. This is quantum physics, right? Anything is possible with enough time. Not probable, not likely. But we need to reserve judgment for the actual movie until we see the movie. All we have to go on now is a trailer, and the trailer's bad. I'm not saying it upsets me that she likes it. She's free to like whatever she wants. But, you know, maybe start thinking about an exit strategy. Just oh no, you know, I can't see you this weekend. I gotta spend some time doing that.
They're remaking E.T. with disabled seniors.
They already did that. It's called Cocoon. You see Cocoon? Cocoon is great. Steve Guttenberg, old people, it's nothing but great.
I was having trouble thinking of another classic just off the top of my head. My brain shut down.
And my brain shut down.
My brain shut down. That's how the story ends.
What is another class? Well, last time you mentioned Casablanca.
Yeah.
I think they could remake Casablanca. But you know me in older movies, I don't like them.
What about Citizen Kane?
I don't like Citizen Kane, and you know that.
That's fine, but is it remake proof?
Yes.
Okay.
I think any and someone is going to prove me wrong as soon as I say this, but I think any movie that is literally in a textbook to teach people how to make movies should be exempt from any remakes. That's going to be my rule. Right? Mm-hmm. Citizen Kane is the textbook. Chinatown is in textbooks. But then again, yeah, The Shining. The Shining is in textbooks. Did they? Well, I guess they turned that into a miniseries. They turned that into a TV miniseries, so that doesn't count.
They'll remake Casablanca, but it won't be Casablanca. It'll be, take place in somebody's safe space, and it won't be World War II. It'll be some kind of Twitter war.
A Twitter war. Of all the chat rooms on all the web, she had to log into mine.
www.otherkin.com.
She what?
Otherkin?
I don't know what that is.
This is a thing I've heard about recently, and
God. Hold on. I just got the bleep loop to stand up. Thank you. Everybody heard that. Time to stand up, everybody. So, Rich, while I stand up, Otherkin?
Yes.
Is that one word or two?
I'm not sure.
Okay. This sounds like something I'm not gonna like. I'm standing up now.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Oh, great. Do I need another beer for this?
Go ahead. Yep. I wouldn't want to talk about it at length.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, you start preparing your whatever you're talking about. I'm going to get another beer. Sweet Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm now ready to learn what an otherkin is. Is it like an orc? Is it like a Tolkien thing?
It could be.
Okay, great.
Like a furry would be somebody who really likes rabbits. Right? Jack?
A furry?
A furry.
Like the people who dress up in the costumes?
Yes. Now imagine somebody who says they really are a rabbit, but they're trapped in a human's body.
They are a rabbit.
Or a fox. Or sometimes a dragon. Or sometimes a fictional character. I am really Oliver Twist.
I am.
It's insane.
This
It's literally insane.
And this is a mental condition that people have.
It's a mental condition that some people like to believe they have.
And like, I don't want to be like a bedroom prude. Like you want your special lady to call you Oliver Twists.
You believe you are Oliver Twist spiritually.
Oh yeah, well this is what I'm getting at. Is I'm saying like you wanna like with your group of friends at your house with your lady with your family.
Probably wouldn't be Oliver Twist. It would probably be something that's like popular. Like I am, I don't know, the Last Airbender.
Sure, you're the Last Airbender. Yeah. Rich is the Last Airbender. Okay, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is all I'm saying. Is like, you want to call yourself the Last Airbender with your group of friends. You want your lady to say oh baby, you bend air. You go right ahead. Like everybody should feel free to do that. But they do this like in public.
I don't really know.
How does this work?
Online.
You need to explain a little bit more. I don't quite understand the otherkin.
It's not like I have a PhD in this.
You told me you were going to explain.
As best as I can. Something I heard about recently.
I like that. My ass is an airbender. You bend my air. Oh yeah. They want every person to refer to them as their bullshit persona. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's just not going to happen, and that's fine.
How about that Pokemon?
I love Pokemon. I'm doing great. Defeating bug catchers. Not a big deal. Not a huge deal. Just beating bug catchers. I got to make it through a cave. I forgot about this bullshit cave.
I noticed the chat just went to subscribers only mode.
That's probably a good call. Thank you, mods.
Why can't people handle talking about things?
Well, and it's a rough. It's rougher for our mods because I'm sure many people are joking, but then how do you know who's joking in the chat? Something we've talked about incessantly.
Yeah. I want to talk about things that I find interesting or weird. I like that. I like doing that.
This is weird. It's weird. I see some people in the chat saying that they want everyone to call them that, and I guess to me, it's just not a big deal because if it was someone let's say I'm at a gathering of people, right, and one of those people says, "Hi, I'm Geodude," and I say, "Geodude, that's a funny name," and he goes, no, I am a Geodude. A Geodude is a Pokemon, by the way, Rich.
Oh, okay. I was really confused there for a second.
Yeah. A Geodude is a Pokemon. And I was like, oh, you are a Pokemon. And he's like, yeah, I identify as a rock-type Pokemon, Geodude. And then I would say, oh, okay. And then I would leave that person and never talk to them. I mean, unless I could sense it was a joke, maybe it was a joke, right? And so then, you just never talk to that person again. And then if every sane person just never talks to that person again, the problem is solved. Uh-huh. Because then they just don't talk to anyone and don't bother anyone. And it's great. So I don't know. I guess maybe it just doesn't it doesn't strike me as that big a deal, the otherkin thing, if this is their thing. If this is someone I knew, like a friend of mine, like you, Rich...
Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, not going to happen. I'm just saying, let's say I'm just trying to. I'm.
This is Mr. 7-year-old Rich. What kind of animal would you want to be? Fuck off. Fuck off. That's what animal I want to be.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to imagine a world in which a friend of mine says, from now on, I would like for you to refer to me as an orc, as an urukai. I feel like I'm an urukai born in a Rich Evans body.
Uh-huh.
And if you, my friend, said that to me, I'd go along with it.
I don't think I could.
You don't think you could go along with it?
No.
As long as it didn't get too weird.
I think I'd say you need professional help.
It would get to that, but you can't start off with that because then it's combative, and so you go along with it, and then you slowly move them towards the nut house. Not the nut house, It's as long as you don't. I don't know. This is where my liberalness comes in. Like, as long as you don't hurt anyone else, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. You hurting anyone else? No.
You can do whatever you want. I don't have to respect it.
Oh no, you don't have to respect it.
I'm not going to call you Jackrabbit. That's not going to happen.
You're not going to call me Jackrabbit? But I would, but I'm your friend, and I want you to call me Jack. I'd like it.
No, sorry.
People get nicknames. People get nicknames all the time.
We're talking about what's beyond nickname. Now, if you told me you were a woman, trapped in, now that's a different beast, because that actually is a medical thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you have some idiot that's going around saying, I self-identify as a hamster, what that person is doing is they're making somebody transgender look like an idiot, and they're not going to be taken seriously because some other idiot's running around using that type of language.
I guess I can see it.
It's actually harmful to people with real issues.
Mm-hmm. I can be with you on that. I can be with you on that. I don't know. You want to be supportive. You want to be there to help people, but at the same time, you don't want to encourage people who think they're a hamster. I love that. That's my favorite. Man, you're pretty. I mean, I'm not saying you're not a hamster. I'm just saying you're a pretty big hamster. I don't think hamsters are normally that big. This is, that's just what I'm saying. I'm not pleased that I know what an otherkin is now. This is not information that I needed in my life.
You asked.
I did. You know what?
Asked.
I did ask. I don't know what I was expecting. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what I was expecting. This kind of information is not anything I needed in my brain. This does not help me in my everyday life. This takes up valuable space. I'm sure I lost some great fact about something because I learned that. Ay. There we go. If someone thinks they're a cat, they need help. Reality exists, and you got to accept that. That's the adult answer to give. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing about as far as I say about not hurting anyone. Someone comes up to you and says, "I'm a kitty cat. Here's your deposit receipt." Because they work at a bank.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, okay, great. That was weird. My banker thinks that they're a kitty cat. Whatever. I still got my deposit receipt, so my life isn't affected like that, right?
I guess.
Right. And so, that's fine. Nothing in my life has changed except for my banker meowed at me. Then that's unusual. But let's say you go to the bank and you want to deposit your check, and your banker who thinks they're a cat is taking a nap because cats sleep a lot. And then you say, well, I would like to deposit my check, and then like someone else says, well, they can't help you right now. They are actually a cat, and cats need to sleep a lot, and it would be rude. It would be
insensitive,
illegal. It's actually like
illegal.
you can't wake them up because they are a cat. And then it's just like, well, fuck you. I'm at a bank. I'm at a people business now. So it's like there are varying degrees. If you want to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, that's fine. As long as I can still get stuff done. You do what you do, and that's my official view. Great. At most, you can carry 6 Pokeballs. That's great to know.
So how about that Pokemon?
I just love it, Rich. I just love that Pokemon. Did I get Flash? I don't have it. Shit. I'm about to go through a cave and I don't have Flash. How do you get Flash? Did I miss it? God damn it.
Proxy Clam says, "What an awful conversation. I feel terrible."
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't feel terrible. These are apparently this is something that's happening in the real life, but I don't know how much it's happening. Everything's the same.
So how's this Mew thing going? Is that what you're working on now?
Yeah, I'm still working on that Mew thing. Okay, so here's the question.
Yeah.
Here's the Pokemon related question. Will I be able to get a Mew tonight? I think so. I think I'm on track to get a Mew tonight. It's going to be a little later than I was expecting, but it's fine.
How does this work? What do you do to get a Mew?
So I need to get to the next city area.
Yeah.
I need to beat a bunch of trainers, but that should be no big deal.
Okay.
And then I need to do some very specific things, and I'll pull up there's a picture here. I need to do some very specific things, like including like saving my game and closing out of it at a certain time, and it's all mapped out here.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy the things I have to do to get the Mew. To make like the glitch work perfectly. Because it's a glitch coded into the game. But here's the important question, Rich.
Yeah.
Magikarp.
Magikarp?
Magikarp. Like the fish. Magikarp.
Okay.
So right now, I could buy a Pokemon for $500.
Uh-huh.
I have enough money to buy it.
Uh-huh.
This is a Pokemon that you can get later in the game for free everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And it's also a Pokemon that's useless.
Oh. Well, why is this a question?
Well, I'm getting to that. So, this Pokemon is useless until, like, it's a fish. It's literally a carp. It's called Magikarp, and it's a fish. But if I start training it now, its next form, it evolves into a giant fucking dragon. But all the time while it's a fish, it does nothing. And so you just have to throw the fish out, take the fish back, and throw in another Pokemon, and it's a big hassle. But eventually, you get a giant dragon.
Chat saying, catch one. Don't do it. No.
You don't want me to buy one? I could buy this one and train it while I'm going through the bridge. It's one of those things about the evolution does not work that way. Good night. That's true. It's one of those things about this game. It's a later in the game you get a fishing pole and you can catch 1,000,000 Magikarps. But then you have to wait even longer to get your giant dragon. I'm gonna do it. It's not gotta buy them all. I know, but I could. I am. I'm gonna buy it now. Start training it now. I got a Magikarp. Great. Boom. Do I want to give it a nickname? Fuck no. It's my Magikarp. It's a fucking useless fish that I'm gonna train into a Gyarados. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Useless fish. Yeah, I know Gyarados isn't as good as Dratini, but you don't get Dratini until way later in the game.
Yeah.
So I can have a Gyarados now or a Dratini way later in the game where it doesn't matter anymore. Rich is with me on this one. He understands.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do that thing. The carp dragon. Turn dragon into a yes.
Yeah. Now we're going through a bullshit cave. These caves are bullshit. Oh, that's right. I have a Caterpie. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. And I love Butterfree. Butterfree's a great Pokemon. Not a great Pokemon. Is a Pokemon I enjoy battling with. Oh, my Caterpie's weak as fuck. Rich, all these things that are very important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I have...
You enjoy your game.
I'm
here to make comments. I'm peanut gallery.
I have several Pokemon right now that are basically useless. That I need to level up, and it's probably not going to happen very fast.
And you got to do that Mew thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going through a cave. As soon as I get out of the cave, I'll be get the Mew area, and that's the important part. Get the Mew area. That's what we're going for. What? How many shuttlecraft does the Enterprise D carry? I looked it up. It was 37. What? So last night the very last thought I had before falling asleep was, how many shuttlecraft does the Enterprise D carry? And it's 37. The Enterprise D carries 37 shuttlecraft, Rich.
I learned something recently. The shuttlecraft you see on the show?
Yeah.
That's not the main shuttle bay. It's supposedly it's just a minor little shuttle bay. I saw somebody had like a 3D mock-up of the Enterprise D there walking around, and the main shuttle bay, which we never seen, is comically huge.
But we never see it?
We never see it. I think we see it out of a window once, and it's it's comically huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we never see it? Just because it's budget?
It costs $1 billion to build. Yeah.
Touche, I guess.
Or you just write the ship so that it has a smaller shuttle bay in the first place. I don't get it, but
that's the real thing. All right, Chad. I've decided I'm not going to raise my Caterpie. This is very important for you to know. I know. So Caterpie is a really great Pokemon to get early in the game, because Caterpie eventually evolves into a Butterfly, or a Butterfree, or however you want to say it. And a Butterfree is a great Pokemon because it's a bug/psychic type Pokemon, and psychic type Pokemon in these early Pokemon games were incredibly overpowered. And so if you get a Pokemon who knows a psychic attack, you can do a lot of damage to a lot of enemies. Mm-hmm. And so Caterpie was the go-to Pokemon because it evolves really quickly into a Butterfree. And Butterfree can learn Psychic, which would be great. The only problem is I'm already going to get oh god, what's it called? For the an Abra. I'm already going to get an Abra to do the Mew glitch, and Mew is going to be my Psychic type, and that's the only thing that matters. So I don't need a Psychic type because I'm going to get one when I get Mew. So why would I care about raising a Bug Psychic type, which will be weak by comparison? So hey, how about we just get real, everybody?
video on YouTube, and somebody was building the Enterprise D in Minecraft.
Okay.
Like they had the skeletal structure of it, and that thing is impressively big. I'm assuming it was in Minecraft scale to the Minecraft guy.
Sure.
Comically giant ship, the Enterprise D. Because the Kirk's Enterprise is pretty big. It's not a small, tiny. It's not a tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the D is like 3 times the size of the classic Enterprise. At least twice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think like maybe that's something people don't get just because they're not. Are they ever seen together? Classic Enterprise and D.
No, but we know what their sizes are supposed to be.
But I think like seeing them together would have been really powerful, just to show you how big D is.
It would have. I don't know why the fuck they never did it, but they didn't. I know
Classic was supposed to be, like destroyed or something a zillion times over.
Do you remember the episode where they had the war games, the mock battle? I think it was the same episode where the one strategist guy played that game with Data, the strategy game. But you remember the plot of that episode?
I don't know.
There was some old ship, and they were going to fix it up, and they were going to have like a mock-up battle with Riker on this old janky Federation ship against the Enterprise D.
Oh, okay.
Originally, the ship Riker was fixing up was going to be a Constitution class, but they changed their mind for whatever reason at the last minute. They actually redubbed some of the dialogue where they called it a Constitution class. Yeah. So you almost saw the D on screen with a Kirk-style Constitution class ship, but it never happened.
Do you think they were still working on like getting out of that shadow? Like we don't even want to talk about the original.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Rich is getting his Constellation class episode mistaken. Well, maybe. I apologize if I've got the wrong episode. Rich, you are thinking of the first episode with the Stargazer. Oh.
Oh, Rich, get your facts straight.
I'm horrible.
Oh my God. You call yourself a nerd. Fake nerd Rich. That's what you are. Get it together. Pardon.
The off switch says Rich likes the D because it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. Everybody likes the D. Oh, I get it. It's a penis joke.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a boobs joke.
A what?
It could be a boobs joke.
No, you need 2 of them.
Oh, sure. It likes the D's or the double D's. Sure. Yeah, okay. All right. You're right. Probably a dick joke.
I mean, you had double D's in some time travel episodes. You'd see, 2 Enterprises.
Boom. Boom. There you go.
It was a rare occurrence.
In one of your best of the worst, I saw you had a horse ninja comic. Was that real or just a prop cover?
It's a cover over a real comic.
What was that? That was from his Freddie Williams episode, right?
It was in that episode. I don't think it was for that, though. It was...
What did he make the horse ninja comic for? I can't remember.
When I was the comic book guy. But did we make the issue for that, or did we just come up with a horse ninja comic for that? The idea for that.
I have no idea.
I want to say it's from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 review, but
you make so many videos. I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Was Freddie Williams on a half in the bag?
Well, he was on a best of the worst, but that wasn't what we made. I don't think that was what we made that issue for, the prop.
Right, I think the prop was made for a half in the bag.
Yeah. I want to say it was made for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 review, but I could be wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was the last comic book idea, and Mike wanted to...
That's right.
Did Mike come up with it, or was he trying to steal it from me? I don't remember. Oh, I have Alzheimer's.
You make so many videos.
Yes, I know Freddie Williams had it in Best of the Worst. I don't think we made the physical prop for that, though. I think it was lying around, and so we just used it, I think. But I've been wrong before.
No, I think you had him make it up for... I think you shot that half in the bag around the time he was in town for Best of the Worst.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just, you were talking about comics, and he said, I can make that up.
No, that's my drawing. He drew a Horse Ninja fan art later on.
Oh, is that it?
But that on that issue he's having, that's definitely my drawing.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh wait, there. Tiberius Kirk is fixing your mistakes with your Star Trek talk, and that's more important, obviously.
Yeah.
The battle from Season 1 with peak performance was Season 2, but he's right that Picard's ship was supposed to be a Constitution class that he was going to use to fight the Enterprise D. He was under mind control from the Ferengi. They realized the model in his ready room could be his ship. He used the Constellation. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're done talking. Huh?
Rich can draw. A little bit.
Yeah, Rich can draw.
A little bit.
Better than me.
Probably, but I think you need to be a lot better than me before you can brag about it.
I don't know. You got enough. You got enough where you could draw something and it looks like the thing you want it to look like. You can say I'm about to draw a horse ninja, and you draw that and it looks like a horse ninja,
But then Freddie Williams draws a horse ninja and it makes mine look like shit.
Well, of course. He is a much better artist, drawer.
Yes.
But that does not mean you are a bad drawer. I would still say you are a good drawer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Drawer.
How about that Pokemon?
I'm going through a cave. I just fought a super nerd. I won. I'm winning battles.
Just get your fucking Mew.
I'm working. Rich, if you have better things to do, you can go and I will get my Mew in silence, and that'll be fine.
It's beautiful out. I want to take a fucking walk.
It is. It's beautiful out. And for Wisconsin, in March, that is a very rare thing.
Exactly. It needs to be enjoyed now.
Yes. You won't get it tonight? I'm going to get there. I should be able to get through this cave relatively quickly.
People are saying it's going to take hours.
You think?
I don't know. I don't even know what a Mew is. Is that like a cat?
It looks a lot like a cat.
It's like a cat.
I'll be honest with you. It looks a lot like a cat. It's like a cat. It's like a psychic cat. If it'll take hours, then fuck it. Then I'll go to bed. Hold on. I'm going to run away from this Geodude. Okay. Great.
Is that like a Meowth?
A Meowth? No, a Meowth is a straight up cat, but a Meowth is a normal type, and it shoots money.
Would a normal type be like a normal cat?
Yeah, it's like a normal cat. That's what I'm saying.
It shoots out money.
Yeah, that's that's an attack that Meowth can learn. Is it throws money at your enemy, and the money
Do you get
hurts
to keep
them.
the money?
No, in fact, it costs you money. The Meowth takes your money and throws it at the other Pokemon. It's that's a real thing, but money is.
Why would you want that?
Well, it's a decent attack, and normal type attacks are strong against certain other types of Pokemon. And in this game, especially as you go on, money becomes useless. You have so much money that you don't know what to do with it. So, it's a fine. But Mew is a rare psychic type Pokemon, and we're gonna start. I'm gonna start reading off subscriber names.
Okay. Are you getting ready to call it, or are you just getting caught up?
No, I'm calling it.
Yep.
If they say I'm hours away, I won't finish this tonight, and so then I'm just going to go to bed. So we have, and Rich cannot read the names because I assume you did, or did you turn your Twatcher on?
Oh no, I didn't think to.
That's all right. So it's just going to be me. Dr. Soyanese, Huggy Snuggle, Moonfront, 16 months in a row, Alvin Fox, Genghis Borg 9, 16 months in a row, John B 8, 20, 15 months in a row, Lloyd Beats 18 months in a row, Robert. What? Frodeb. That's just going to be a weird one. Frodeb. Bungadug, 18 months in a row. Mudron. Bad Gamer Korean. We're going to protect the city with Batman voice. Going down to the... You know, I've seen a lot of think pieces lately on the dynamic between Batman and Superman, Rich.
Uh-huh.
I've been reading about the Batman-Superman relationship, and it gets me even more not excited for Man of Steel 2. That's my Batman voice.
I've read nothing about their relationship in the movie. I assume they're not going to like each other at first, and then they're going to team up, and they're going to work with each other, and learn that it's valuable to work with each other. That's kind of what I imagine is going to happen.
You're right on the nose there, Rich.
Do you remember that kind of superhero team up story you're sick of in the comic books, where the heroes fight for a bit and then they team up against a greater threat
right?
That everybody hates because it's overused.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a movie now. They're doing that thing that people are tired of.
They're doing that thing.
They're spending millions of dollars to do it now.
They're doing that thing that like people got right and nailed like 10 years ago. We're like, yeah, we're all done with that. Batman voice. That was Batman voice. Licorice and Shreddies, 18 months in a row. Queedo, 15 months in a row. Tom Lewandowski, 17 months in a row. My name is Tate. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that. Those awful noises you just heard. Things were coming out of my throat. I am Got. Sky Dandy, 17 months in a row. No Fear, No Envy, 13 months in a row. Afro... Oh, we just did this one. Afrotocious. Afroetocious. I like that. Afroetocious. I don't know if that is your actual name, but I'm just going to call you Afroetocious. Three Nudie, 1597. Pigeon 615. Fianasso Osmike, 14 months in a row. And Stray Lost Idiot. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true, we really do.
It's true, we really do. Yes, and for anyone who's confused, I see in the chat some people might be confused. We have a little tool here given to us by Leftover Beefcake, which compiles everyone who subscribed to us during the stream, so we don't have to break into conversations every time someone subscribes. And we are thanking them for making the stream possible. Stu91 says, I missed you. Oh my god, I did. I missed some people.
Oh, God!
I forgot to scroll up, Rich. I did it. I forgot to scroll up. Stu91. Also, Huggy Snuggle. Huggy Snuggle, one of my favorite names. Also, Moonfront for 16 months in a row. Also, Alvin Fox. So sorry for forgetting you.
No, he's not.
I am. I failed.
Kind of, maybe a little.
I failed as a streamer.
What's